Hello everyone, welcome back to Science Data Science YouTube channel. I'm Anija Jingan. I'm a founder of Science Data Science. Today I bring the very important topic. Why would you get rejected during the data analyst interview? So today's video is based on the real experience by someone who got rejected during the data analyst interview due to some lack of knowledge, and where what was those mistake I'm going to share with all of you. So if you are preparing for the data analyst interview, you need to keep these kind of like the things in your mind and avoid these pitfalls like during the interviews. Okay, so we will start, and stay with me till the end of the video so you can take a full advantage of this video, and you can revise the things if you are missing and you find you did not focus on this like the topic during the preparation of the interview, so you can get hired, because this video is based on the real time experience, like who got rejected for during the data analyst interview. Okay, so now let's start. Okay, the number one is here. Number one reason is lack of storytelling. Lack of storytelling. Okay, so like we all know, being a data analyst, you should be very, very good like storyteller, right? You should know how to cook the story. If stakeholder is giving you the data set, he or she is telling you the goal, you should be able to explain it, right? What you are going to do with this, the data set, what is the goal, and how you are going to implement recommendation, what will be the outcome of this. Okay, so you should be a very, very good storyteller. So they asked the many questions about this. They have given the scenario based questions for the like to explain or interpret the about the data set. But this was the one of the mistake. The person knew about the data set, he knew about the goal, but it was a hard for him to explain or interpret the things, how he is going to implement, what is the result, right? So these kind of, this is the big mistake like sometime we do during the data analyst interview. So how you can avoid it? Number one, if you have the data set, you know the goal, you should be able to explain it. For example, if I am giving you the house sale price data set, I'm your stakeholder. I'm telling you this is the data set. Can you make a and do the analysis of this data, or can you find out some useful insights from this data set so I can understand this house sale price, right? So what different type of in like a useful insights you can build. So here comes like jump your understanding about the data set, understanding about the features relationship with the target, and what can be important for the stakeholder according to this data set. You should be able to explain it. Okay, this is your very, very first responsibility. Okay, so focus on this part. And if you got a question during the interview scenario based, then you should be able to like explain it with the example. Okay, and the second thing is lack of SQL language. Okay, so this is the another like the most important skill. If you are lacking somewhere in writing the queries, you don't know how to use, where to use, what to use, then it become a very difficult for you to clear the technical interview questions regarding the SQL programming language. Oftenly the student, what they do during the certifications, during the like degree, either you are doing the degree from the university or you are doing the certification from any academy, they are just listening the lessons and they don't do the practice as they should. Okay, they know there are a different type of joins, there are a clauses, there are a where condition, there is a like a procedures, functions, how to check the null values. etc., etc. But if interviewer twist the question, they got stuck. Even they have a knowledge, they are not able to answer it. The reason, they did not practice it very well. Okay, so what will happen in that case? You got rejected, which we don't want. Okay, so whenever you are learning the SQL, practice it. You should know when, what, why. If you are applying the inner joins, if you are applying the left join, outer join, you are using the operators, you should be like a very expert or good in this thing where you should use this query. It does, if you know it doesn't make sense, you are applying the queries which is not required at some point and you are applying the other things there. Okay, they may ask you the question by tweaking the question, like for example, they may ask you directly what is an inner join, but they may ask you what is inner join, when you will use it, and how to use it. So there are three questions. So what they are trying to like know about it, they are trying to like check your number one technical knowledge about the SQL. Number two, how you are going to write the query. Number three, are you enough capable to think where you should apply this query. Okay, so three, and you always need to answer 3 points: when, what, why, for every kind of the like this skill. Maybe they will ask you in a other way, which join you will apply if you want to return all matching records from the different table. They are not asking you straightforward. Okay, so here they are going to check your SQL knowledge. So focus on this. This is the most important part for the data analyst interview. Okay. And the third is your poor data visualization. Okay. So this is another like the most important point. In my experience, I have seen many students, they are very good in the visualization. They can understand, I need to draw this graph, this is important, this is, I should show the useful insights from the data set. They understood it very in a very good way, clean way. They draw the graphs, right? But again, if interviewer will ask you, why did you draw this graph? What is the use? When you should draw this graph? Maybe he is going to give you an example, right? So at that time, it's hard for you to answer the question. So whenever you are like learning the visualization, if you are drawing the even a histogram, you should know why are you drawing the histogram, why you are not using the bar graph, why you are not using the pie chart instead of this. So you should know the reason behind it, which graph is best for what kind of features. Very important. Okay. So if you are, and the second thing, you should be able to interpret the graph. Mostly, more than 90% students draw the graph, but they don't interpret the result. They think, I have drawn the graph, there is no need to interpret it because I know what I have done. But the front end person, the interviewer does not know. You need to answer. Okay. If you're drawing, you are showing the relationship between the two features. You should need to interpret the result. Why did you draw this graph? How you are showing the relationship between the two variables, right? If there is any trend line, what it is showing, what it is trying to predict. Not casually, always interpret in a clean, simple language and use good vocabulary and then write the results. Okay, so definitely you will pass this as well. Okay, the fourth is your insufficient problem solving skill. Approach. Okay, so now here the interviewer may give you the like scenario based question. They give you one problem. Here they want to check your like skills about how good problem solver you are. Are you taking so much time? They may give you the time. Maybe if it's a big, they may give you 5 minutes, they may give you 2 minutes, right? And they want to know what best solution you are going to give them. Okay. Here, sorry, I will give you the one tip here. Whenever you are getting this kind of questions, what you need to do, give them two solution always. Okay. So what does it mean? The first solution should be your best solution. Okay. Whenever you are giving the solution, keep in your mind, this solution should be efficient, right? Less time consuming, and it should be very clear what methods you are going to apply to give this solution. Okay. Why are you choosing this solution? And second solution should be little bit better than, like a little bit less better than that, like a mid-level solution. So this shows you are also thinking out of box, and you have a, if a first plan A doesn't work, you also have a plan B. So this also like make a interviewer more to think this person has the capability to be get ready and pre-prepared. If anything like doesn't work out with the plan A, then he already have the plan B. Okay. So you should have the very good, like the problem solving approach. In the problem solving approach, you should know, first of all, you should be very clear with what is the problem. Solution. In solution, what you are going to provide? Number one, what like how you are going to solve it. Number two, which methods you are going to use. Number three, how much time it is going to take. Okay. So if you can also like give them the idea, like the number of resources, maybe work out, maybe you are not only the one, then it will be very good. Okay. So being a good data analyst, you should be a good problem solver, and your approach should be very straightforward, very simple, and like the front end person should understand it, what you are going to do. Okay. Don't give them the answer like a layman. I will apply, I will do this like this, and you are not telling them which method you are using this. If you are telling the method, but you miss, why are you using this method, not using the other methods? So, what is the reason behind that? Technically, you should explain it. So, this is a good problem solver approach. Okay. The next is inability to solve ambiguous data problem. Okay. Sometimes they give you the very like the ambiguous data. Okay. So they think maybe they have already in their company the very ambiguous data, they are working on it. So they will test your skills. Okay. So in that case, if you are not able to give them the solution, this can be the one of the reason. Okay. Like how would you handle the unstructured data? If data contains the, if for example, if data is imbalanced, if data contains the high dimensional like the feature, high dimensionality, how would you handle it? Are you then how would you process the data? So these kind of things you should be aware. If you have a high dimensional data, how you are going to solve, how what will be your approach. Number two, if data contains if data is imbalanced data, what will be your approach? If data contains the many missing value, how you are going to handle. Number four, if data is in unstructured form, how you are going to collect it at a one place and then start analysis. Okay, so these kind of questions they may ask you, and this is the very important. If you can answer these kind of questions with the good or expert problem solving approach in a simple way, when, why, what, definitely you will get hired. Okay, and the next is your weak Python knowledge. Okay. If you are like in data, become a data analyst, programming language is must. We all know, right? Because without Python, you cannot become a successful data analyst. So Python, you should have the very good knowledge about the Python. They may give you some code or they may give you the idea, write a program using this, right? So writing a program is a big task. Okay. For example, I am asking you to print the list of, let's say, fruits, right? And print only the name of the fruits which start with A only. So there is a two approach to write this program. Number one, you will use for loop and if conditional statement. So it's a big piece of code, right? So this will be your approach. And the second approach is you are going to use list comprehension. Okay. And this is only one piece of code. So now here interviewer will check which approach you will apply. Okay. They are not very like the looking at your the way are you able to write the full code or not? Here they are interested to know your approach. Are you using the simple approach? And are you writing the less piece of code? Are you taking care of the execution time? Right? And is this the good way to execute this like the program? So these kind of the things they are going to check. Okay. I'm not saying if you use a for loop and the if conditional statement, they will reject you. But it depends upon the interviewer. Our goal is to give them the best approach. So we get hired. Okay. So this is the very good, point. So whenever again you are giving them the like a solution for the Python, give them the best solution. Okay. Practice Python as much as you can because you can write the same program in many different way using the different methods, but you should be aware the main concern behind this is you should know why are you using this approach, why are you following this approach instead of the other approach. Okay. If they ask you, maybe like they will ask you, why did you choose a list comprehension if there is a simple way you can use a for loop or if method, right? So you should have the answer. So what is the answer? Number one, list comprehension is a one line of code, less piece of code. Number two, it's a faster than your if or for loop because for loop is going to take a execution time is a higher than the list comprehension. Okay, and we want to write the code who is time efficient, less execution time, and good and clean code. So, and you can see till so far, we are just checking the, or interviewer is just checking the approach at each step. Okay, and how much knowledge you have. The next is your lack of domain. Okay. So domain knowledge is very like important. I'm not saying you can get expert in every domain. Okay. Maybe they will ask you in which domain you for example, maybe there is a company requirement. Let's say you applied for the and a data analyst job in finance department. So they will ask you about the finance domain. So you should be minded when you are applying the jobs, read the requirements carefully and take the knowledge and read the questions or things which is important related to that domain. They may ask you the question. This is very important being a data analyst because many things you can solve based only and only if you have a domain knowledge. For example, if there is a house sale price, so this like the domain is related to your sales department. You should have the knowledge about the real estate, which is very important. Then only you will be able to recommend some good insights to the stakeholder. Okay. So this is very important. So whenever you are looking for the job requirements, read it carefully and also work on some kind of questions which is related to that domain. Okay. And the next one is no demonstration skill. Now you are done with everything. They will give you some like a one scenario, and they will give you maybe one dashboard, one KPI report, and they will ask you demonstrate it. Now here they are going to check what number one, your communication skills, your confidence, and how you are going to explain it. Either at like in front of you there is a technical person or non-technical person. Very important. So being a data analyst, you should be able to explain, give the presentation, demonstration of the KPIs and the reports, so that even the non-technical person can understand. Okay. So in my whole career, I am used to give the like the demonstration. I also used to take the interviews like the for the like the demonstration. So what is the what we look for it? We look for the only like how the students are or interviewee is able to explain it non-technically. Are they using many technical keywords? This is also not good. Nobody is going to understand because your stakeholder may be non-technical, right? So you need to prepare the demonstration so everybody can understand either they are technical or non-technical, but how easy and clean way you are able to explain it. They will check your approach here. So these are the most important points I have shared with you. This is, you have the 8 points, right? And if you keep all these points in your mind, you will never got rejected. You will definitely get hired as a data analyst. And my dear students, if you are preparing for the data analyst interview, please keep these points in your mind, and the tips and tricks I have shared with you, keep in your mind as well. Okay. And if you have any question like regarding the interviews and you want to know something else, then you can contact me, and you can also do the write the comment in the comment box, and I will share you like show you here the one thing. This is the one. Here you can like see, just this is like my website sciencedatascience.com. So this is, you can go here, AI interview preparation, and it will open this. So we keep updating the questions. Here are a few questions already updated. This is get ready for data analyst interview. So you can answer these MCQs. It will help you to understand your level where you are. Okay. So then if you found and you want to know more about the interview questions and how you can do your preparation, just contact us. Okay. And you can prepare the data analyst question from here. This is for data handling and pre-processing. This is for Python, SQL, and this is your vocabulary. As I told you, vocabulary is very important. Okay. This was all about today's video, and this video was for like the points I have shared with you. This is shared by real time, like the person who recently got rejected. This is unfortunately, and I wish for him he got a job next time, and he will be able to crack the interview. And I will keep sharing the other students' experience when we take the like the interviews of the students, so you can get the experience from their interview. Okay, either if they are in my next video, I will share some the students like the views about who are able to crack the interview. Okay, so see you in the next video. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe my channel to keep watching these kind of like the most useful videos. Happy AI learning and good wishes for your interview preparation. Thank you.